Hello tech viewers, welcome to Southtech tutorials. This is another video from Southtech, and today I'll be taking you guys through how you can make a flash bootable with Windows or Linux setup. You have come into a scenario whereby you need to upgrade your operating system. Let me say from Windows 7 to Windows 8, or maybe from Windows 8 to Windows 10, or you want to change the whole of Windows into Linux. You want to be using Linux operating system. So the first thing you need to do here before installation is to boot a flash. So you have to learn how to make a flash bootable with Windows or Linux, and then from there you can start on your installation. So there are three things here you need when you want to make your flash bootable. The first one is the flash itself. You need a flash, and then you need the Windows or Linux setup. Windows or Linux setup is a software, so you need to download from your Google, and then you also need a software code. You need Rufus. You need a software called Rufus. So these are the main things you need in order for you to make a bootable flash, a flash itself, the Windows or the Linux setup, and then the Rufus software. The use of the Rufus software is the one that is responsible with booting a flash. You use the Rufus software to boot Windows or Linux setup into a flash. Simple as that. So you have to download the Rufus software, download the Windows or the Linux setup, and then the flash. This is just a USB flash. This is a hardware material. I hope everyone knows what a flash looks like, and it is the one which I'll be using here in this tutorial. So these are the main three things you need, and now let's start on how we can use Rufus to boot Windows into a flash. It's a very simple explanation. Use Rufus to boot Windows or Linux setup into a flash, and then install. So for me, I've already downloaded my softwares. I have them here. I have my softwares. I have the Windows setup and then the Rufus. So this is my Windows setup, and then this is my Rufus software. It is inside this folder of Rufus USB tool. Let me just open that folder. So this is my Rufus software. It's the one that I'm going to use to boot Windows. To boot, it's like to put Windows into a flash and then make it get ready for installation. So I'm going to use Rufus to boot Windows into a flash. So right now I want to get my flash and then put it into my machine. Where is my flash? So now I'm fixing my flash into my laptop. As you can see, you can even hear from that sound, I have already fixed my flash into my Dell laptop. So if you click on this PC, you can know that a new device has been inserted. So this is now my flash. It is labeled RSS x64 Office 19. So by the time you see that your flash is being read by the machine, then you can now go to that folder which is having the Rufus software. Which folder was that? Actually, my Rufus software is here. How I got this dialog, let me first close. and start. You just go to your location where you have your Rufus. So my Rufus software is here. I just double click on it. After double clicking, it automatically reads the flash that I have inserted into my laptop. You can even see the name RS-X64. That's the name of the flash. So now here what I need to do, I have to choose the software that I need to boot into this flash. So I have to go and select my Windows, and here is my Windows file. This is my Windows ISO file. I click on it and then click on open. So right now I have completed 2 steps. I have chosen the flash, and then I've chosen the Windows setup. Now I have to also choose the partition scheme. This is a very important part when you are booting your flash. You really need to know which partition you need to. So because here there are 2 types, there is the GPT and then the MBR. So if you need to know more about the GPT and MBR, these are theoretical things. You need to go and just read, go and search about them on Google, and you read more about them. But for our case here, I'm showing you what you really need to go with depending to the machine and why. So here I will have to go with the MBR. Reason being, the modern machines, they always come when they are auto partitioned to MBR. So you have to go with the MBR. The GPT, it is so rare these days, because if you happen to choose the GPT, then the installation won't go as successful. So you have to go with the MBR, and it is one of the methods that is used for creating partitions. So when you choose the MBR, the target system is automatically the BIOS or the UEFI. That is the default for installing Windows. So from there you have to come and also see the file system. So the rest of the things here now, they just remain by default when you have chosen MBR, not GPT. So this is where now you can just click on start. Click on start. When you click on start, it will give you a warning. This one just tells you that we are going to erase everything which is inside the flash. So that means before you insert your flash into a laptop, or before you make it bootable with Windows or Linux, then you have to first remove whichever thing you have in your flash, or else you might even lose everything. You can, it is not might, you will lose everything in that flash. So it is always a good idea you remove all the necessary things. You leave those ones that you don't want, and then they will be erased automatically. So here, I'll just click on OK, because I have removed everything from my flash. Just click OK. So you can now see it has started. It's gonna take some time. It will take some time for it to complete. So I'm going to pause this video, and then when it is done, I'll get back to you and I show you the last procedure. So guys, the booting process is now done, and when you have reached up to this stage, you don't need to again click on start, because it will again restart booting the flash. So here you have to just click on close, because you have already now seen that it is ready. So you have to close, and then you can now come and you cross check using this PC. So you can now see a bootable flash with Windows is always having this kind of icon. When you just see this kind of icon, just know your flash has been booted with Windows. And from here, the next step is to install the software into your machine, of which we shall look at how we can do that in the next tutorial. So you can even open this flash and you see the content inside. So you can now see this is the Windows setup, and we have booted it into our USB flash using Rufus software. So the next video is to show you guys how we can install Windows into a PC. So this is the same process you can use when you want to also boot your flash with Linux. You have to just download Linux setup. Like, let me show you how our Windows setup is looking like. So when you download your Linux, it will also look in ISO format, and it is the same procedure that you use the Rufus. You have to use the Rufus. You just double click on the Rufus and you follow the same prompts that I just showed you when we are booting Windows into our flash. So guys, the procedure remains the same for booting Windows into a flash, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. And in case you're not getting me well, maybe in certain parts, I do recommend you to just comment in the comment section of this video. I hope to see you in the next video, and bye for now.